steaks. They, within 2 years of being here at QVC, became our #1 food brand. They are the current award winner of our Customer Choice Food Awards for most recommended brand. That comes from you, our customers. And we sold over 4 million of their sirloin steaks, but oh, these are not just any sirloin steak. This is the reserve. Only the top 4% of the meat that they get from their farmers gets to be called reserve. It's tender, it is juicy, no fat, no gristle, no bone, no paying for anything that you're not going to be enjoying. Then aged 45 days, not the regular 28. Look at all that juice coming out of here. Hand trimmed, then they are vacuum sealed, blast frozen, and sent straight to you. They will last in the freezer for up to a year, but oh, I don't think they're gonna last that long, because here's where the answer to what's for dinner tonight becomes, oh, fajitas, chili, brajol, kebabs, Philly cheesesteak. What do you want? We have it. We can make it easily. Here's how you're going to order. We have 2 delivery dates as well as 2 choices. You can choose 10 of the 6-ounce steaks. That's going to work out to $8.90 per steak. How much would you spend for reserve Rastelli's out at a steak restaurant? At least twice, if not 3 times as much. But if you double that and get the 20, we don't double the price. In fact, you're going to save $29 more. That works out to $7.45 per steak. We're shipping it to you for free, and here's how you choose. Do you want the 10 count or the 20 count? I recommend the 20, you're saving even more. Then you may have these shipped out to you immediately or the week of February 15th. If you'd like to have a beautiful at-home Valentine's Day date night, pick up the immediate. But if your freezer's full right now, go ahead and wait for February 15th. Now, we also have these on auto delivery. That's going to come to you every 90 days for 2 years. And what you get to do is lock in this value. You lock in the easy pay, $22 and change for the 10 count and $37 and change for the 20 count. They will always ship for free, and you will always have the highest quality from our #1 food brand in your freezer, ready to go. This is your everyday meat, but oh, it is anything from every day because it is such high quality. We are celebrating 5 years of Rastelli being here at QVC. Here's a picture of Ray Rastelli and Rick Domeyer on that first episode that it seems like it went by really, really quickly. But we are so happy to have this brand here. They love our customers. They care about you, and you care about them too, because you have voted them the #1 brand here at QVC with your purchases and with your votes being most recommended brand. So we welcome in Ray Rastelli and we say congratulations. We love you here at QVC. We love what you bring to us, and we thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Terry, and we certainly thank all the QVC family. We've been welcomed in, and for 5 years, can you imagine? We've sold over 4 million sirloin steaks. So think about that, 4 million steaks. So you can see we're in the butcher shop. The butchers behind me have been really, really busy. And there's a reason that this is reserved. So I want to show you from the butcher's perspective what I look for. Over 45 years, I've talked to our guests. I have to make sure that what they get is what I would give my mom. So here's where we start. This is a whole sirloin. This is a hip of beef. That's where the sirloin comes from. It's a very sweet piece of meat because it actually sits right on the hip bone. But here's what we do. We age this for 45 days, Terry. And the aging process breaks down the natural enzymes in the product. It gives you a beefier flavor, but it also makes it tender. That's why when you go to a great steakhouse, it will always say aged for perfection. So we age this whole piece, but here's what we do. We then peel this entire cap off the top because we really don't want that fat on top. We then go inside the muscle and we peel all of this nerve and sinew out. And there's a reason why, because I want to give you just the center. And look at this. This is what you get. This is the center of the sirloin. What I want you to notice is there is no fat. There is no nerves. There is no gristle on this at all. And what we do is very simple, Terry. We take this steak, after it's been aged for 45 days, we cut the ends off because we want to give you just that center. And look at this beautiful steak. So when I cut this, you're going to notice there is no fat on this steak. Not on the top, not on the sides, not on the bottom. And there's a reason for that, because it's been aged 45 days. We've trimmed all the fat off of it. And I want you to get that same eating experience at home as you would get at a great steakhouse, where we actually cut these for those steakhouses.
And look at this. This is how they come to you, frozen. They stay frozen for up to a year in your freezer. And then a quick grill, #1 grilling food, by the way, here at QVC too, as voted on by our customers. And look, this boring old salad turns into a gourmet meal that I didn't have to go out for, that I could have right at home. In fact, Ray, I wanted to let you know that my husband and I made fajitas last night. We have the two girls, the two little ones at home with us. We, a family of 4, we used 2 of these, and we had beautiful fajitas. We only used 2 of them, and they raved about it. Even the little ones, they always rave about your steaks. We had your filet mignon earlier in the summer. This is just as good, though, just so tender and juicy and not an ounce of fat on them.
No, that's critical, right? It's lean, right? Today, we're talking about lean pieces of meat, right? We're at that time of year, we're all starting to look at our weight a little bit, and how do we stay healthy? This is incredibly lean. As you can see, there's no fat on here. But Terry, you made fajitas at home. I'm going to show you what I can do real fast, because this is fun. Food should be fun, so you can be a butcher at home. Take that steak and just 4 or 5 quick cuts like this, and you know what I've got? I've got an incredible cube that I can put for my kebabs. It can go on top of my chili, or I can make a stew out of it. So it's so simple to be the butcher. But here's one of my favorites to do, Terry. I like taking this steak, this beautiful steak, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to make a nice thin slice off the bottom. Now, being a butcher for 45 years, I can do this with my hand and not get cut. But you can see how thin I made this steak for actually braciole or for sandwich steak. But let me show you a little trick. Make it simple for you at home. If you take your steak and you take something like a simple saucer plate like this, right? A coffee saucer. You don't want to cut your hand, so just put that on top. And here's a little tip. You now can be the butcher. You can cut right through it just like I did. Not worry about your hand being cut, but look what you do. You now have an incredible thin sliced product that can go for a braciole, it can go for a Philly steak, and what's better than a Philly steak? And of course, if here in Philly, it's either with or without. All right, so I'm a wit guy, so there's my wit cheese, right? But that's how simple it is, and I love this steak because it is an everything steak. Having this in your freezer for these cold months especially gives you the option to do fajitas as you did last night. I did kebabs and chili and a Philly steak, and I've got so much more to share with you that we'll get to. But as a steak alone, it's incredible. But as all these other things, it's fun.
Well, and I think right now we've all got food fatigue or, recipe fatigue. We're eating so much more at home now, and we're going, my kids are like, pasta again? Like, I'm so sick of making pasta. So as a beautiful piece of steak, look how gorgeous this is. I mean, it is so incredibly flavorful and juicy, but look at all of the options that you can do. We're gonna go into more, and in fact, when you get it home, you get a little, I think we have it here. I loved that you did this. This is what reminded me of fajitas. You get this little pamphlet, and it gives you all these great ideas of what to use it for. So that question of what's for dinner tonight does not become this, I don't know. It becomes, who wants fajitas? Who wants braciole? Who wants chicken fried steak? That's why I recommend, though we're giving you a 10-piece selection today, getting the 20, because you are going to love the fact that these are always in your freezer and you can go to them and know that you're serving your family the best. So you can start with the 10-piece. That one's going to work out to $8.90 each per steak. How much would that be to get at a fine restaurant? And this is fine reserve quality. Or you can double that without doubling the price. In fact, you're going to save $29 more than you're already saving. That works out to about $7.45 per steak. Now, you can have these shipped out to you immediately or the week of February 15th. And then we have them on auto delivery as well. So you can really, truly always have them in your freezer ready to go when you need them. Every 90 days, you'll get a new set of either the 10 count or the 20 count for up to 2 years. Shipping to you for free, as always. And you can have, especially if, well, only if you get the immediate ship date, a beautiful dinner date at home for Valentine's Day, for someone's birthday. My birthday's actually coming up next week. I would like to have these for my birthday. We're doing so many, we're having so many meals and so many celebrations at home. Make it special. Look how beautiful this looks. If you did not know I was sitting in my kitchen, you would think that I was at a fine steak restaurant. And that's what is, this is what is served at fine steak restaurants.
And Terry, to go a step further, beyond just a steak, think about it as the options. Like you last night took and did fajitas. So here's how simple it is to do a fajita. Take your steak. Another little tip, keep your hand away from the steak and always trim that way, or actually slice. So look how beautiful each one of these slices are. You'll see there's no fat on any of these slices. There's no gristle. The reason why, because they're center cut. So from this, I've been able to make beautiful chilies. I've been able to make my tacos, quesadillas, my fajitas. There's so much we can do with it, but here's one of my favorites. And again, I'm going to pull my saucer out because I want to make it simple for you, right? Take that saucer on top, and as you slice through your steak, don't go all the way through. Go 3/4 of the way through. And all you're going to do is then pick up that product, lay it out, take a piece of cellophane right on top, take your mallet, and that fast, I have got an incredible sirloin steak that I am going to make my chicken fried steak with. Look at the size of that, and look at how beautiful this is. This is one piece, believe it or not. This can feed a small family.
Look at that.
With just one piece, right? So it goes such a long way. We talked about steak and eggs, right? So let's talk about steak and eggs. We have one steak, and this is a 6-ounce steak. How about we just do this? How about if we just cut it in half like that? We now have 2 incredibly beautiful steaks for steak and eggs. So it's the everything steak because you can do everything with it. Having them in your freezer, especially during these cold months when you may get that snow and you can't get out of the house, this package is going to hold up in your freezer, Terry, for 12 months. So in this vacuum package, here's what we've done. We've cut it, we've packed it, we've blast froze it. This stays in your freezer for up to 12 months if you don't get to it. Now, what's really nice about it is because it's vacuum packed, you pull it out of your freezer, you put it into your refrigerator. And when you put it in your refrigerator, as it begins to slack for you to be able to cook, if you forget about it for a day or 2 or even 10, it's okay. This packaging has locked in all the freshness, it's kept out all the bacteria, and you'll get that juicy, tender steak just like you're cutting there. That's what I love to see, a steak that's going to be moist, it's going to be tender, and it's just going to have an incredible amount of flavor. Because remember, the sirloin steak is the hip. The hip is close to the bone, sweet piece of meat.
This is our Customer Choice Food Award winner for Best Grilling all year long. You are the current Customer Choice Food Award brand for most recommended. By the way, if you love Rastelli's, if you would love to wish Ray and the Rastelli family a happy anniversary, please give us a call. Tell us what you love about their meat. I love having it always in the freezer, ready to go on those nights, which there have been more than ever, of where we go, what's for dinner? But what about what's for lunch? What's for breakfast? Make sure you are stocked up. And today is the best day. I mean, we have today's special values. That is our best time to get Rastelli's. They sell out during today's special values. Over 9,000 sets have been ordered today. You may choose between the 10 count or the 20 count. That's doubling how much you get without doubling the price. You're saving $29 if you do the 20 count. You may have them shipped out immediately.